Music Midtown is one of Atlanta's most famous music festivals. I was interested in learning a little bit more about the Music Midtown experience, so I sat down with Mackenzie Rideout, a recent attendee of Music Midtown. I asked her a series of questions about her time at the festival.
I'm a freshman. I'm a mechanical engineering major and completely unmusically talented, but I like music, so.
How did you first hear about Music Midtown?
I heard my friends went last year, senior year. I was supposed to go, and then I came here, and my roommate was going this year. And she was like, "You have to go, campus is going to be dead, everyone's going to be music." I was like, "Valid." And so I talked to people like that before I found out how much it costs, and then I went there.
The main reason you went was because someone was going.
Yeah, and most of the bands I really liked. I wanted to see Zach Brown, especially, and Lord.
You went with your group of friends then, right?
Yeah, so it was like a ton of us, 20 something. We didn't all stay together.
So did you go for both days of the concert?
Yes.
How long did you stay each day?
The first day, we got there a little late, 2 hours after the gates opened. Or they opened at 1, we got there around 3:30. And then we stayed I think it ended 11:30 or something like that, John Mayer, and so we stayed the whole time. And then the second day we got there an hour late, and then we stayed till the end.
Do you know how many performances you saw? Maybe an estimate?
I only went to 2 on the first day. 4, I think, on the second day, so 6 in total. Or 7, but we only caught a little bit of that ground.
So what was the crowd situation like?
Let's see that. For Lord, we got there an hour and a half before she went on. And we pushed away to the front and called 8th row. But after 30 minutes of just staying there, so this is an hour before she performed, we turned around and it was back all the way into concession space. And so it was ridiculous. Not how it was for everyone, but Lord, she was the only one who got so close. I was touching her. And so all the other ones were really difficult. But on the second day, because there's so many good ones, you didn't have time to sit for an hour and a half. And you just kept going to other ones. And so we never got as close as I did to Lord, but that was spectacular.
I guess you moved around to different spots throughout the entire concert.
Mm-hmm. So there was 3 stages, and 2 of them were really close to each other, like a 5-minute walk. The other one was pretty far, so that one was harder to hit. I was Zach Brown and everything. And but between those 2, most of the ones I wanted to see were on there, so we just kind of walked back and forth.
So of all the performers you saw, which one was your favorite?
Lord, just because I was so close. And she puts on a really good show. She's so weird and the lights in her hands. She does really weird things with her hands. And there's something about being really, really close to the performer that just kind of makes it different. I think if I had gotten that close to someone else, I probably would have had the same feelings. But I didn't get the opportunity to do that. So Lord is probably my favorite just because of that. She was spectacular.
So would you say Lord was the crowd favorite as well?
No, probably not. Eminem was probably the crowd's favorite. But I don't know any Eminem songs, and I knew a lot of Lord songs, so it's always better when people sing along or whatever.
Yeah.
I probably would like John Mayer better than Eminem, just because I knew more songs. But he was still a really good performer, just personally. But my friends cry. He was so good, but they know a lot more Eminem songs than I do, so more understandable.
Did you meet any new people at the concert and socialize with them?
Oh yeah. Everybody's just a friend there. You just turn around, you can talk to anybody, nobody cares there. Anybody you meet is just hey, how's it going? You enjoy the concert? Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna be mean to you. So I didn't keep in touch with any of them, but I made friends throughout the day.
Okay, but you said you felt a real sense of community.
Oh yeah. Definitely. But except for the old, it's random older people, old, in their 50s and stuff. And they were kind of mean, and they were all nobody's getting past me and all this stuff. I'm you need to go. You're really mean. You're not a nice person. But like all the people like my age and even into like their 30s, they're everybody's winners. I don't know. I feel like Music Midtown is more of like a younger crowd, so I was kind of confused.
Did you notice anything interesting about the styles of music available at Midtown Music and their respective audiences?
It's like popular music, like I don't know. They had like really big name people, like Eminem and like John Mayer had a bigger turnout than like Zach Brown. So like he's the country artist, so less people went to him. There's a lot of different kind of people there. It's a very collective group of people. I feel like there was like 2 tracks you could have taken. So like when you're playing on like your game plan for the day, like what concerts you're gonna hit or whatever, there's like 2 different paths. There's like the really like, popular culture kind of thing, like all the lords and like Eminem's and I don't know, John Mayer, like all just like the whole like big name people. But there's like the smaller bands that you could go to. So like I feel like those are like more like alternative kind of people.
Did you notice any increased instances of like vandalism or crime during the concert, like perhaps violence or drug usage?
All the concerts I go to, like there's usually a fight or something. I'm sure there was fights because there was thousands of people, but I didn't personally see any, so my experience was not, there was no violence. And I personally also did not see any drug use, but I never know violence there. Just the vibe of the concert kind of encourages it.
What additional activities did you participate in outside of just listening to music?
We we bought like, I don't know, like food stuff and everything. We were with like t-shirts and stuff, but they were like $35 anyway, not for me. And they had like off to the side or whatever, they had like long lines, like food trucks and like all this kind of stuff. Most of it was really expensive, so we didn't do much of it. But we did food trucks on the second day. The first day, we literally did not eat at all. Like we were like not spending any kind of money. I was starving. We went to Waffle House right after I was like dead. And but the second day we didn't have to because it was so long. But yeah, they just had like all different kinds of like random things set up, and the food trucks were really good. I got a funnel cake too. Really. Other than that, I was listening to music.
So, what was the best, the worst, the craziest part of your entire experience?
Still, like, Lord was just actually spectacular. She's the best part of my experience. Worst was getting home every day. It was, like, insanity. Because when you're, like, going in and everything, people are, like, really, like, kind of trickling in all throughout the day and doing their own thing. As soon as the concert's in at 11 or 11:30 or whatever, and like I don't remember how many thousands of people were there, but all those thousands of people are all leaving at the exact same time. And I don't know, it was like in a place that I wasn't familiar with. The first day we got completely lost, I was really scared. And it's like that part probably was the worst. It was just like chaotic. And people are just like pushing and shoving and just trying to get home. Like nobody wants to be there anymore after the music's done. So like that probably was like the most stressful part of the whole experience. And then the craziest, we were at a concert and there was this girl just like passed out, like in like the mosh pit. So like she was just like on the floor and her like friends had made a circle around her, and we were all like, is she okay? And they were like, no, she's fine, because like they didn't want to leave because they were like close or whatever. And so this girl was just like laid out, and I was like, I know we give you water. And so we went and got her water and brought it back to her. And she was just like dead. And we were really scared. So that's probably the craziest thing myself. Because her friend was like, no, like she's fine. I was like, she's not though. Like she's like asleep in the mosh pit.
Weighing out the consequences and benefits, you'd say it's well worth it.
Oh, no doubt. It's amazing. You can like compare it to everything. You can go and experience it.
Alright.
Well worth your money.
Thanks to Mackenzie, I now have a better understanding of Music Midtown.